Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Borderlands 3 video. Today we're going to be talking about the Guardian rank system that we find here in this game. The system is actually pretty fantastic, though unfortunately it's locked until you beat the main story here in normal mode. As you guys can see, I'm now level 50 here on my flak. I've done pretty much everything that there is to do here in normal mode, but I wanted to make this video for you guys here today because Guardian ranks are a pretty awesome system, and now I've actually had time to play around with it. I wanted to talk to you guys a bit about it today, talk about how you unlock Guardian rank, how to earn Guardian ranks very quickly, as well as the best way to spend your tokens once you actually have access to them. So how you get Guardian rank is you have to beat the main story on normal mode. Pretty simple, but once you do that, you're going to unlock Guardian ranks for your main character and every other subsequent character that you make after that. So hypothetically, if I wanted to make a Zane and play through the game as Zane, I'm going to have Guardian ranks unlocked right away because I already did it on my flat character. Once you have Guardian ranks, you basically get a new XP bar. As you guys can see, here's going to be some gameplay of me after I unlocked Guardian ranks, but before I hit level 50, and as you can see, I now have essentially two experience bars. The first one's for normal XP, getting up to rank 50, and then the other one is for Guardian ranks. Now you unlock Guardian rank points and fill up that bar is you just simply have to earn experience. Going out in the world, killing bosses, killing skags or varkas, or doing whatever, the experience you get is going to go into your Guardian bar, and every time you fill up the bar, you will get a token. As you guys can see, I saved up 4 tokens for the sake of this video, and the system is actually pretty similar to badass ranks from Borderlands 2, but it's a little bit different. In Borderlands 2, we got ranks for completing challenges. Well, here in this game, completing challenges will only get you Iridium. It does not really go all that much towards your Guardian rank. It's more experience-based. We have all of our bonus stats right here. We have critical damage, gun damage, we have things like maximum health and reload speed, but we also now have new trees. I want to talk about those as well. We have the Enforcer tree, the Survivor tree, as well as the Hunter tree, and essentially, every time you redeem a token for filling up your bar, it's going to give you 2 completely randomized bonus stats from each one of these trees, and when you choose that, it's going to actually give you a point in that tree. So right here, for example, I'm going to go ahead and choose critical damage because I'm playing as flat. Critical damage is pretty good, and as you guys can see, I now have 1 more point in my Enforcer tree, and every time you put a point in, it's going to fill up the bar, and you're going to unlock different rewards at different tiers. So at tier 1, once you put 10 points into the tree, you're going to unlock the weapon skin Red Sands. At 15 points, you're going to get a passive ability called Inner Fire, which is going to be with you at all times, which is going to give you 10% gun damage to all of your shots while you're in fight for your life. Down here, we have Overkill, which is going to give you excess damage from a kill is going to be added to your next shot. That's obviously going to be very good for snipers and shotguns. Here at 35 tokens, we're going to be getting a player skin, and then so on and so forth throughout each one of these trees. Now, my recommendation, right? People are always talking about the Enforcer tree, and in fact, right now, Hollow Point, which is what you get for putting 75 points into Enforcer skills, it's actually bugged right now. Killing an enemy with a critical hit causes an explosion around them. That sounds great, right? Especially as flak, but it turns out this Hollow Point passive ability that you're going to have, that explosion is going to damage you, your pets, your teammates pets, basically anybody around that enemy. So hopefully Gearbox addresses that and fixes it, because once you have it, you can't unequip it. Once you get these things, there's no way of actually getting rid of them. So my recommendation is, even though it seems like the Enforcer tree is pretty good, like people want more gun damage, they want to be able to have this big AoE explosion when they kill with crits, they want more damage when then they're in fight for their life. Instead of going into one tree specifically, I recommend doing them slowly over time, and here's why. If we look at the bonus stats, right, some of these aren't very good, right? We saw this back in Borderlands 2. There's just some stats that really aren't all that good. Like, for example, melee damage. For me, melee damage is pretty much useless. I never melee virtually ever, right? Vehicle damage, also pretty bad. Fight for your life duration and movement speed, I really don't see too much benefit in those. I mean, luck, if it's anything like Borderlands 2, luck just means when a green drops, has a chance to upgrade to a blue. Now, that may be different here in Borderlands 3. Perhaps if a purple drops, maybe your luck is going to increase that to turn into a legendary. I'm not entirely sure, but luck doesn't seem like it's going to be all that great, and there's a couple of other ones as well that I don't find to be too good. So instead of forcing myself to take mediocre bonus stats like melee damage and vehicle damage, instead, every time I choose a reward, I'm choosing what's best for my character. Right here, gun damage. Awesome. Definitely going to go ahead and take that. Let's go ahead and redeem another one. Critical damage. Going to go ahead and take that. And we're going to take another one here. I could go gun damage again. I was hoping for a better example here. So I've had a couple of times where my only enforcer options were vehicle damage and melee damage. And sure, I want to level up my enforcer. That'd be fantastic. But I don't want those stats. So instead, I'll choose something different from one of the other trees right here based on what is best for my character. Whether it's action skill cooldown or whatever. I'm going to try to avoid fight for your life duration and movement speed. I'm going to try to avoid luck and recoil reduction the best I can, because recoil is not really that big of a deal here in this game, and obviously melee damage and vehicle damage. So that's my recommendation. Every time you redeem a token, instead of forcing yourself to try to just complete Enforcer or Survivor or Hunter as fast as you can, just pick the best possible bonus stat for your character. You're going to eventually fill these up over time, right? Sure, you're going to want the benefits as fast as possible, but you're going to get them eventually anyway, and if you have better stats along the way, at the end of that journey, you're going to have a much better character than somebody who, say, is just throwing all their points into vehicle damage just because they want to get Enforcer done, or they're throwing all their points into fight for your life movement speed just because they want to complete Survivor as fast as possible, right? So let's go ahead and just take gun damage right there. As you can see, I now have the weapon skin in Red Sands, which is pretty cool. We can go ahead and open up my inventory. We'll take a look at what that actually looks like here. And Red Sands is going to be down here. There it is. That is what you get for putting 10 points into the Enforcer tree. And what Dead Set? This Dead Set here is actually kind of mediocre in my opinion. That's what you get for getting 10 points into the Hunter tree. And once again, the more you do this, the more benefits and unlocks you're going to end up getting, right? They're going to be different based on the theme of the tree itself. For Survivor here, you're going to have improved shield recharge delay and rate based on missing health. That's obviously going to be pretty freaking good for most if you build into that. And killing an enemy is going to trigger your shield regeneration. Here is going to be a player skin. You get 3 specific player skins just for getting 35 points into each one of these trees. Dead Man's Hand allows aiming down sights and removes aim penalties while in fight for your life. You regenerate a grenade every 10 kills with that right there. Topped off, your action skill cooldown rate is going to increase while you're at full shields. This is going to increase your luck for 10 seconds after each kill, which again, not entirely sure how luck works here in Borderlands 3, but hopefully you guys learned something here in this video. I recommend highly, just slowly but surely fill these out. Go for the best possible stats, because eventually, if you continue playing the game, we're all going to have these maxed out, right? We're eventually going to have 75 points into every one of these trees, and it's better once you get to that point to have all of your bonus stats be good stats as compared to, once again, melee damage, vehicle damage, and things like that. But if you're looking to farm a bunch of these points as fast as possible, for me personally, I've been running around killing bosses. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm still doing a Let's Play here on my channel, but some of the bosses towards the end of the game, they give you a bunch of Guardian rank, as well as, of course, you can just simply go back to places like Pandora and run around killing skags and things like that if you would like to as well. It all goes towards something, right? Which is actually a pretty good system in my opinion. It's a great endgame system because even though I'm level 50 and I'm going to be going through True Vault Hunter mode, even though I'm no longer getting experience for my character, I'm still going to be getting Guardian rank, which is pretty fantastic. And the more I play and the more things I do, the stronger my character is going to become. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop me a rating, leave your thoughts and feedback on Guardian rank down there in the comments, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.